When you look at a map of the world from the 1910s to the early 2010s, you'll likely see this island on the map. It's called Sandy Island. The only problem is that the island isn't on maps anymore, and that's weird because in 1876, a whaling ship called Velocity reported seeing a 26-kilometer long island east of Australia. How did people realize it wasn't there? And how was the world fooled for over a century? Hi, I'm Jacob, and I've loved maps for years. And recently I've been researching the eccentricities of maps a little bit more, and one of these is Sandy Island, which is what is known as a phantom island, an island people thought existed and then was later disproven. But this is only one of a couple of different island types. There are also lost islands, places that did exist and then were destroyed by a natural event, and vanishing islands, islands that appear, disappear, and then reappear again. So what happened with Sandy Island? Basically, people finally went out there because there was some doubt over whether or not it existed, and they found nothing. And later satellite imagery concurred. But the region it's supposed to be in is known to have pumice rafts. And a pumice raft is a floating mound of volcanic rock that comes from underwater volcanoes. This right here is a video of a boat going through a sea full of it. Now, if you saw this from a distance, it would be easy to get confused and think it was real land. Now, studies have supported this hypothesis by showing that pumice rafts are known to have floated around the area of the island. However, it's all still speculation. But what we do know is that the ship must have made a mistake, and then people blindly copied that mistake down for decades. But that's not the only phantom island. There's an even crazier island in the Gulf of Mexico called Bermeja. But this one was a lot more important than Sandy Island. Millions of dollars rested on its existence. Basically, in the 16th century, it was placed on maps, but that changed in the year 2000. At that time, America and Mexico were arranging their Western Gap Treaty, basically deciding who gets how much ocean. The international law is that every country gets to own 200 nautical miles of ocean from their land. This is called the Exclusive Economic Zone, or the EEZ. And the Gulf is full of precious oil. So if Bermeja existed, then Mexico would potentially have a larger exclusive economic zone and thus more oil. But when they checked for the island, which would have been Mexico's furthest out land, it wasn't there. And this has sparked more debate than Sandy Island because it actually matters. Some hypotheses have been presented, such as us simply having the wrong coordinates, which would still mean that an island there didn't exist, or that it was eroded by weather, which would actually make it a lost island, not a phantom island. But the ocean floor there is too deep for that to make any sense. Some have even claimed that the CIA secretly bombed the island to keep the oil in American hands. But the majority view is that Bermeja never existed and was simply a cartographical error that nobody questioned for centuries. So this video is a reminder that maps aren't objective. There are best subjective interpretations of the real world. And they've improved drastically over the ages, but still aren't perfect. And it's thrilling to think that there are still discoveries, or in this case, undiscoveries, still waiting to be made. Thank you so much for watching. YouTube thinks you'll like this video next.